The strategic partnership that we signed today with Tata Electronics is the result of the very strong ambition from Prime Minister Modi to get the semiconductor industry to start in India.
Ships are safe in a port, but they're not meant and they're not built to stay in a port. And as the CEO of the Port of Rotterdam, you can imagine that I specifically like that expression.
Today he was very strong. He had clearly a lot of knowledge about the Dutch companies, and he was very happy to see that the Dutch companies are eager to invest more in India.
Determination in which the Prime Minister Modi addressed us. And what I specifically liked is the fact that he said that the best is yet to come. And based on the trade agreement that was signed between the EU and India, and the special relationship between the Netherlands and India, and all our ambitions in all these different areas of our economies, for instance on green energy, I indeed agree with him that the best is yet to come and that we have massive opportunities to increase our relationships, partnerships and our economies. Ships are safe in a port, but they're not meant and they're not built to stay in a port. And as the CEO of the Port of Rotterdam, you can imagine that I specifically like that expression.
Well, I think that the strategic partnership that we signed today with Tata Electronics is the result of the very strong ambition from Prime Minister Modi to get the semiconductor industry to start in India. I think he understands that this is strategic. I think he understands it's important for independence, for prosperity. And I think a few years ago, he set the course to get that industry in India. I was at India last year in September, and I was already very impressed by the plans, the ambition. And in the last few months, we see that happening. So I think in many ways, today, this signature is one of the next steps, and we are very happy to work very closely with Tata Electronics to make that ambition become reality.
It was great to meet the Prime Minister again. I'd seen him before in Davos. Today he was very strong. He had clearly a lot of knowledge about the Dutch companies, and he was very happy to see that the Dutch companies are eager to invest more in India. I think he is what a modern leader should be, very open for business, realistic of geopolitical issues happening, and at the same time reaching out, building partnership. And I think everybody can be very proud that India is led by Mr. Modi.
First of all, I think it's great to hear the ambition of India and the economic growth that will come from India, and signing the trade agreement with the EU is a very important step to strengthen already good relationships between companies and India. In my sector, which is in transport, I am encouraged that we are making progress on the very concrete agreements we have made with Honorable Prime Minister Modi just last year in building ships in India, building containers in India, which is what moves world trade, building training education centers for our sector so we can get the young people to join our sector. And finally, I am happy that we are also investing in new infrastructure in India.
We have a presence, a long-time presence already in India through a joint venture with Aegis Logistics, a company called AVTL. And Royal Vopak is the leading and largest independent storage company in the world. With over 400 years of history, I'm very proud to be an investor in India, very successful with operations in 6 ports along the coastline in India. I'm absolutely amazed by the fantastic transformation that has happened in India over the past 12 years under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi. I think a lot has changed, a lot of openness has been proposed, and I think although a lot has happened already in the past 12 years, I think, as Prime Minister Modi also indicated, there's much more to come. And I think especially in the cooperation between India and the Netherlands, India and the European Union, there's plenty of opportunities for a company like Vopak to continue to invest and strengthen the infrastructure that India so much needs.
I think this is really great. We are already in India for more than 50 years, since 1969, with 4,000 colleagues. So we are committed to India, and I think his commitment means a lot to us, because we see that we will grow in our industry in the coming years. We as a company expect to grow, and that means that our research and development in India is very important for us and will also grow.